give me a minute and we'll get started. I got to open up some stuff over on Twitter and other places, and then we'll get going. But you can see the stream is starting soon. And hey, just look at the cover of Coda issue 2. I guess I was going to read this book. Look at the cover. Oh yeah, hello and welcome. It's me, your host. I got my stuff open. We are, in case you don't know, listening to the Endless Legend soundtrack over here. Just a little background noise. It seemed more appropriate than Space Church music, since we're going to be talking about scary stuff, you know. There's nothing on the Endless Legend soundtrack that sounds scary. Not really, anyway. Whereas did I say Endless Legend? Whatever. You know what I mean. Endless Legend has some kind of spooky stuff. Endless Space, not so spooky. Either way, great soundtracks. And I need to clear my desk off. That's one thing I forgot to do here. Let's see. Still got the Lady Satanis right there. Hubba hubba. Cover your eyes. I can just go right down there. Complete with swag pin. Look at that. Isn't that fancy? That's so fancy. Only those pins were better. Of course, no stream would be complete without the Joker. Still waiting on the next volume. He stays on my desk while I await it. Like, I gotta be reminded just how good it is. How much I'm missing out by not having the next volume. My shop, I forgot to bring a bag with me, and my shop had no bags today. So today's comics are protected by a Marvel preview book. You had no idea Matthew Lillard was in the Five Nights at Freddy movie? It is a true fact. Let me pull up the... I forgot to pull up the Wikipedia page for that. I got everything else ready and missed that one. There we go. Yeah, he plays a like a job counselor guy near the start of the movie. It's great. So I got a lot of thoughts about the movie, and most of them involve spoilers. So because they involve spoilers, I can't talk about those thoughts. But I got a lot of other thoughts that we can, in fact, chit-chat about. Anyway, we'll take a look at this at some point tonight, maybe. Maybe. I can't believe... Look, the new Ultimate Universe. So is it the Ultimate Universe or not? How can you have the new Ultimate Universe? That doesn't even make sense. Yet another reboot. Just rebooting everything. They're so creatively bankrupt in Marvel. It really feels like there's maybe one or two people who are worth their salt working there. The guy who did Savage Avengers is one of them. I don't know. We'll flip through that son of a gun here in a minute. I got a feeling I'm not going to be impressed by much. Oh, I just looked at the back cover. Ooh, wow, look at that. Avengers Twilight. Is that actually supposed to be a U.S. agent instead of Captain America? Whatever. Whatever. But, speaking of Marvel, you know, earlier today, I was listening to somebody talk about Zorro, and then I just looking in the... Well, I gotta sit back. I get my comics at Graham Cracker Comics. When you go into Graham Crackers on a Wednesday, you get not one, not two, but 3 books for free out of the $1 bin, which used to be the 75-cent bin, which used to be the 50-cent bin. And, inflation. It gets us all. Alright. We already had Avengers Twilight. You were either Team Cap or Team Stark. No! Oh my gosh, do I gotta redo the whole... Oh! Oh my gosh, do I gotta redo the whole... Where's the frickin'... Oh, there it is! I didn't even realize I had a window open in my stream. Okay. Apparently I did mute myself, so we all got some high quality hilarity there. Let's redo the whole thing. Alright. Just pretend none of that happened. Alright. We're starting over. So, I get my comics at Graham Cracker Comics. And we go into Graham Crackers on a Wednesday. You get not one, not two, but 3 books for free. So here's why sometimes I get muted accidentally. The mute button is, I got it mapped to the side of my mouse. And I just changed the mapping, too. So I used to have mute on one button and unmute on the other. And I just set it up so that it was a toggle. So I must have accidentally hit the mute button a second time. So it happens, man. We're getting used to it. Technology is the enemy, but it's the enemy we all have to deal with. Anyway, you go to Graham Crackers on a Wednesday, you get 3 books out of the $1 bin, which used to be the 75-cent bin, which Used to be the 50-cent pen. And in the course of like 4 years or something, inflation has jacked it up. It's killing all of us. But hey, what do you expect when you triple the monetary supply in like 2 years? I don't know. Whoo! Anyway, earlier today I was watching somebody talking about Zorro. And that would be my good friend John. And he was talking about Zorro. In fact, he invited me on his stream. It's like, bro, I'm at work and I got to go to a meeting like literally in 2 minutes. So I didn't get on his stream. But I appreciate the invitation. Train of thought got derailed. Hey, there he is. There's my good friend John in the chat. Hello, John. Look, it's a Zorro comic. I flipped through it a little bit. It looked okay, but I haven't read it yet. This is going to be like the top of my reading queue. This is inspired by you. You have the comic? Is this issue any good? Like, I flipped it open, and I was like, you know what? I kind of like the way it looks. Like, I found it very pleasing to the eye. It had good quality lines like a lot of newspaper strips used to. Marvel stuff was like 7 out of 10? Okay. Cool deal. Well, look, man. In this world of comic books that we live in, I will take a 7 out of 10 any day of the week. I read a lot of books that I go, yeah, you know, I kind of liked it. And that's alright, because there's a lot of books on those shelves that I would not be very kind to if I did read them. But yeah, this was totally inspired by you. I wouldn't have picked it up otherwise. Really solid line work. So, looking forward to checking that out. You want to go watch the Banderas Zorro movie? Man, you know, I would actually like to sit down and watch some of the old TV show that used to come on. Because the old TV show, like, was pretty classy, man. I would watch that. It would come on like Saturdays on the Disney Channel when I was a kid. And I would watch that, and it was always a pretty good time. You know, maybe kind of formulaic, but that's how a lot of TV shows are. So that was the first book I got for free today. Yeah, we'll get to the Five Nights at Freddy's here, XLG. I want to talk about the comics first, and leave you in suspense. Oh, my shop man told me that there's like a weird history around this book here. Let me look this up. He said it was like a play. Warp. Here we go. Warp Comics, Wikipedia. Warp is a character appearing in... No. For the science fiction comic published by First Comics. See Warp and other media. Here you go. The alternative comics company First Comics published a spin-off comic, Warp. So what is this? What? Dudes! How far in am I zoomed? Okay, that's probably... Let's go one more tick up. It was a play! Warp, you have it too? You think it was a musical? Oh, let me... There we go. I can look at the book. Look at this. This is crazy. No introduction to the license. Well, you know, the one, maybe 2 issues of this I have were certainly pretty weird. David Carson, an everyday bank teller, learns that he is Lord Cumulus, Avenger of the Universe, suddenly transported from an annual employee awards dinner. Oh my lord, can somebody, like, transport me out of my, like, annual meetings and monthly meetings and stuff? Finds himself battling for the destiny of the universe against antagonist Prince Chaos. Yeah, I remember that. That was all in... I think I got issue 1. This was all in there. Aided by the leather-clad warrior, Amazon warrior Sargon. Hubba, hubba. Opened the original play Warp in 1971. Stuart Gordon called it... Its original inspiration was 3 full-length plays that were inspired by Marvel. Well, we weren't able to get the rights... I'll say that Warp was influenced by comic books like Doctor Strange and Thor. Look at this. It's like Mr. John over there has been reading the Wikipedia article. But the company is the world's first sci-fi epic adventure play in serial form was performed for a year before moving to Broadway. Wow! This is crazy! This is absolutely wild. I did not expect to run into this. In other media, yeah, here we go. First comes from a spin-off of Warp, which ran for 19 issues. Okay. Premiere issue featured 20-page Lord Cumulus story. Yeah, this is the one I have. I remember this cover. Written by yada yada yada. Eve story with Sargon. Yada da da da. Bruno will continue his penciler through issue 9. Succeeded by Jerry Bingham. Backup features rotated among Sargon, Faceless Ones, by writer Jack Harrison, Steve Ditko. Look at the chat. Look, Steve Ditko did 2 issues of it. Look at that. Look at that. It's right there. It's in my chat. Wild. That's absolutely wild. So yeah, my shop man was not lying to me when he was like, bro, that used to be a play. So, I got Warp. Issue number 8. I've also got a squeaky chair, so if you hear it squeaking in the background, get over it. Ooh. That actually looks kind of fun. Like, I don't know what these aliens are that are harassing this girl, but they look kind of cool, man. All sleek and metal and stuff. Let's crack this open to... Okay. Bro, I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, but this dude over here shooting out like a radiating energy, like just shooting it out is cool. These giant like Cthulhu snails are neat. Dude, there's some cracked out stuff in here. An eyeball with laurels. Oh my gosh. Oh man. I kind of wish I had, you know, the other issues so I could read them and understand, or try to understand, what's going on here. Oh man, that is very Kirby. It's like somebody going to Apocalypse right there. Valeria, Insect Sorceress. Part 1. Bargain on Yagath. Oh man. So we're getting like Cthulhu in here too. I love getting stuff out of the dollar bin, man. You never know what you're going to find. All kinds of just weird stuff. This other one I got just because of the cover. I thought it was super cool. Like, I'm not the world's biggest fan of this particular character. Like, my kind of opinion is he's okay. But this Mike Mignola cover for this Daredevil book is pretty hot. Not just because it's covered in fire. Like, I thought that was pretty cool. 64-page annual from 1991. And I got it for the big, amazing price of $0. It's kind of sick. Yeah, it is definitely sick. Part 1 of the Von Strucker Gambit. Oh yeah. I don't know what Von Strucker's got to do with like flames consuming skeleton zombies. While, is that supposed to be Typhoid Mary in the background? That might be Typhoid Mary, I'm not sure. Anyway, this thing just looked cool. So I got no idea what the contents of this are going to be like. Yeah, there's Baron Von Strucker right there. But I kind of think it'll be wild. We got some zombies. I don't recognize her. I know who you are, a victim of Hydra genetic manipulation. Make it easy for yourself. Don't force me to. Force you to what? Get kicked in the face? Oh. Force her to him to punch you. Oh, and then she's like draining his life. Check that out. Dude. Man, Ninja, you're gonna have to accept that all good things have come to an end. Alright? You're not getting it, no matter how much you want it. It ain't happening, bro. It's not happening at all. This actually looks like it's more fun than I thought it was gonna be. Showed again, he was in the... Okay, you know, if you say so. He was also in She-Hulk, so that probably counts as your third season right there. See, I'm thinking like Marvel right here. Before we get to the books I bought, actually paid money for, we're going to take a quick aside to, well... the new Ultimate Universe, alright? Apparently this is the high quality content that we get from the new Ultimate X-Men. I mean, number one, like, I don't really like the art style that much. I've never gotten into the Peach Momoko stuff. Like, some people were super hardcore into Peach Momoko variant covers and stuff, and they just never appealed to me. But she appears to have just pulled the Juggernaut out of her skull. Like, this looks more like a Junji Ito book. Like, that's all I'm seeing is Junji Ito. So this is apparently going to be Ultimate X-Men and the new Ultimate Universe. See? It says New Ultimate Universe right there. So, that's sure a thing. I don't have any commentary beyond what the heck am I looking at. Also, I saw this. Apparently, it's Steve Ditko's birthday. I didn't realize that. So here's James DeMatteis. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Who has made a lot of comic books. Just remembering him. And I thought this was just kind of sweet and touching. Because he has worked on Ditko characters. I mean, he's made a lot of comic books over the years. And just kind of sweet and touching. So happy birthday, Mr. Steve Ditko. I know you're no longer with us, but happy birthday anyway. This is All Saints Day, after all, which is about remembering the dead. So let us not forget that. I think I need to turn the music down a notch. I don't know. The volume on OBS seems kind of high, but it doesn't seem that loud on my headset. So I guess we'll leave it for now. Also, this was kind of neat. I didn't have any of the old like gold box games or whatever, but apparently they put out a make your own game kit. Steve Ditko and Sergeant Bilko. No! No! Don't mix them with Sergeant Bilko. Man, that was a funny movie though. Sergeant Bilko with wow. Did I just blank on his name? Not the original, like the TV show with Phil Silvers was a hoot. But Steve Martin, thank you. I almost called him like Dean Martin and Steve something that wasn't Martin. But his movie, based on the old Phil Silvers show character, was an absolute hoot. It's a treasure of cinema. You should go watch it. It actually nails army or military life really, really well. But I thought this was cool. People still making games. I guess this was like for the Gold Box engine, and hundreds of them. So I thought that was really cool. I love people being creative. I love people sharing the stuff that they love with other people. So very cool. So to all you people out there who 30 years later are still cranking out games or whatever, playing games in this ancient engine, you got big thumbs up, man. Like, you know what you like, and you're getting what you like. And I gotta respect that. That is truly advanced. Alright, we're gonna dip back to comics for a minute here, now that I got that good stuff out of the way. Just cause, kinda weird. I don't know anything about this book, but my shop man gave it to me, and he said it was free. So, I think this was something that was supposed to be in the dollar bin or whatever. I don't know anything about Unnatural Order. The cover's kind of derpy because of her face, but maybe she's a mutant. I know Christopher Yost's name, but I can't remember what he worked on. What is the date on this? Oh my gosh, I cannot read the stupid fine print down there. Copyright 2023, October. Oh, this book just came out. So why was it free? He just gave it to me, man. In fact, before I picked up that Marvel Previews book, this is what he used to wrap my other comic books. Stronger glasses. Hey, man. Dude, okay, I got like a corneal abrasion that's healing on one eye, bro. Jeez. What do you want from me here? Rude. You know, the interior art is actually a lot better looking than the cover art. There's actually some pretty cool oh! The wolves are actually werewolves? Oh, that's pretty wild. Please don't have any Ghibli bits. Please don't have any Ghibli bits when I flip over. We do not have Ghibli bits. Instead, we got kind of a derpy looking Viking, a Roman dude. Some guy with a bow and a chick with a spear. Attacking the werewolves. Okay, well, you kind of lost me because this dude does not look nearly cool enough. I was right, that was a chick with a spear. Yeah, who needs stronger glasses now, Ninja Weasel? You. That's who, not me. Oh, dude! That's a pretty dope looking page. That is pretty dope. Anyway, I don't know anything about this. I'm sure I'm going to read it, but when I get around to it, I don't know, man. I got a stack of books like a couple boxes thick to get through. Now, the one book I knew I was going to get today, Vampirella, Dead Flowers, written by Sarah Frazetta. You might know her. Her dad was this guy named Frank. I still haven't read issue number 1, so I'm probably not going to flip through this too much on stream here because I don't want to spoil anything. Whoa, we better not show that left page. That's like a slightly censored bare butt, but we can show that. I don't know if they're in the middle of fighting or like having a romantic interlude right there. Frankly, I don't know that I want to know. Is all the art in the book like that? Oh, never mind. It was a fight. The art's not that great. I like the fluidity in the panel. But a little more detail would have been nice. And what's going on with her arm? The bangles are wrong. That's what's bothering me about her arm. Did she jump up and kick, or is she like dropping down and kicking? Oh, that's not right on the previous page? Oh, we have no context for that kick unless it's this panel, which is like 4 pages prior. And if she's coming through at that angle... Work out the biomechanics with my Coffin Comics Hell Witch pen here. Okay, so she's coming in. So she's got her leg like this, the other leg like that, and this arm like that. I'm about to draw something really bad here because that's what they made her character do. No. It's not like that. It's like this. That's her hand. Means the bangles are here. The bangles should be pressing backwards like that. And then we go to the next page if I can flip to it. Wow, I cannot flip to it. Then we get here. So she swung this leg around, and the arm has went like that. So we find ourselves in this position. There's her torso. And this arm straight down and kind of rotated weird. So those bangles on her arm from this position, they should both be hooped like that. They should still be facing back. This one's facing forward. It's possible that they're rattling around on her arm, but we look like we're at the peak of the motion, like right in the middle of the extreme. So this one should still be pulled back that way, and it shouldn't be forward at all. Okay. We found what's going on. Is this a new stationery? No. The new stationery's got my name on it, bro. Alright, so now I know what was bothering me about dead flowers. I got no idea if it's going to be any good or not. However, this next book, I still got to read the previous issue. But this next book. That's right. The best comic book ever made. Count Dante, issue 4. Bro, and we just start with a fight? Oh my gosh. We're like reliving Bloodsport here, man. We got like a Brazilian wrestler looking dude going after some martial artist. This is wild. Here. No. No. Is there a fight? Well, the fight I was looking for... Oh, there we go! Yes! Count Dante, the deadliest man alive, master of the dim mock. Oh, gosh, I gotta read it. I want to read that Zorro book. I want to read this Daredevil book. I want to read all this. Except maybe Vampirella. Alright. Get on here, Spider-Man. Crown Prince of Death. Yes. Excellency, I'm crying because your stationery came because it would dox you. Oh, dude, it's just a spiral-bound notebook, okay? Like, it's just paper. I've had this particular bit of stationery for a decade now, and I've never gotten around to using it. Do I have my other very similar notebook handy? I don't know where my other notebook is. I got another notebook that's a lot like it. It just has unrolled pages. I used it for sketching like thumbnails of comic pages, and I got no idea where I put it. That's not very useful. Alright, anyway, the title of the stream is all about Five Nights at Freddy's, which I did in fact watch. And you know what? I had a pretty fun time. I actually had a pretty fun time. So the movie is divided into 3 acts. It's a pretty standard movie. First act is like the introduction and exploration, setting stuff up. Second act, there's some violence, and that transitions us into the second act, where our main character discovers that there even is a mystery that he's trying to get, or that he's got to resolve. And then the third act is when the mystery leads to crisis. So it's a very standard like movie structure. There's nothing like surprising about the way Five Nights at Freddy's is made. I like the way the animatronics looked. I think they were fantastic. I assume they are practical effects because they sure look good. There's very little swearing. There's no nudity, and there's not a lot of gore. So that was like pretty cool. I think this movie's rated PG-13. There were actually hints and Muppets. I 100% believe it. Does it say that in here? Don't read the plot section. Critical response. These critics are idiots. Okay, I don't see where it says anything about the puppets in here being Muppets, but I 100% believe you, man. The little girl. Where's the cast? The little girl. Here we go. Piper Rubio. She. So good. You know, the one thing I like about Halloween 4 and 5 is the little girl in that. She was absolutely fantastic. She looked frightened and stuff. The little girl in this movie, when she's sulking, she looks like she's sulking. When she's happy, she looks happy. Like, she's putting it all, she's wearing all those emotions onto her sleeve like a real kid would. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Gets a big thumbs up. The main plot is all about Mike Schmidt having to get this job. He's got this tragic backstory, and I don't remember the tragic backstory from the games. But he's got this tragic backstory that he explores, and there's one moment in particular I've really got to call out that involves him. And this is in the first act, so this is like maybe 20 minutes into the movie. He's at work, and he falls asleep. Is he Hunger Games Josh? I don't have any idea who Josh Hutcherson is. Is he from Hunger Games? Keep in mind, I've seen Hunger Games. Oh, he's from. I saw Bridge to Terabithia. Oh, he's the boy from that? Okay. Oh, so he was Pita. Alright. Yeah, alright. I didn't recognize him with the little scruffy mustache. Cool. Anyway, there's a moment where he's at work sitting in front of the bank of monitors, just like right out of the game, and he falls asleep. And he starts dreaming, and then he gets woken up out of that when the electrical system goes crazy. And as part of the electrical system going crazy, like music starts blaring over the like intercom system, and the music that's blaring is the Romantics, right? The Romantics, Talking While You Sleep. I hear the secrets that you keep when you're talking and you're asleep. Now, they don't play like a whole verse or even a whole line, and it's real garbled, but that comes through, and that is such an appropriate like setup, because a lot of what happens in the movie is part of the his tragic backstory, and resolving it and building up to the climax relates to his dreams. And using that as kind of like to introduce his dreams as an important plot point, I thought was an absolutely fantastic way to do it. Now, there's some stuff I don't like we spend a lot of time dealing with his tragic backstory, dealing with his dreams, and some of that's not so compelling. But the animatronics were portrayed great. The fear when the animatronics, when people are placed in danger, let's put it that way, pretty good. Not a lot of gore. In fact, there's maybe the other criticism I can level at the movie is it wasn't really all that scary. Like, for a scary movie, it wasn't all that scary. For a Five Nights at Freddy's franchise thing, there weren't very many jump scares. I think there was maybe 2 actual jump scares in the whole movie. That seems like about 28 too few. Then again, jump scares probably would have got old real quick. But as we build up to the climax, we don't really get that sense of fear and the jump scares and stuff. Like, there should have been something else going on towards the end of the movie to kind of make the tension before the big reveal there right before the ending happened. Anyway, I had fun. I thought it was alright. Like, if I had to rate the movie, and I'll write this up here in a day or two and actually rate the movie, I'd give it like a 7 or 8. Like, it was fun. It seemed true enough to what I remember of the plotline. Keep in mind, I've only played, I think, the first 3 Five Nights at Freddy's games, and I'm not like a big lore muff. I say lore muff? Big lore buff. There we go. It was a good time. So I watched that yesterday after watching a Bowery Boys movie. So this is a Bowery Boys movie that's like an Abbott and Costello meets type situation. They go to a haunted house. My nephew's fan. I don't know about my older nephew, but my younger nephew, when he was younger, was. He probably isn't anymore. Well, the games. I don't know how he feels about the movie. But I watched this, and what's interesting about this is the villains. And we have no pictures of the villains. Well, the villains in this are basically based on the Addams Family, okay? And this is how I learned that I always thought the Addams Family originated with the TV show in the 60s. I had no idea that they were characters from Charles Addams' comic strips starting in the 30s. So when I was watching this, and this is actually the second time I've seen Triple Trouble, and they go to the mansion with the weird family and all that stuff. This is the wrong Bowery Boys movie. Let me find the right one. Hold on. I clicked on the wrong one. Let me find the right one. It was 1954? Yeah, this one. I'm sorry. I did watch Triple Trouble over the weekend, so that's probably why I looked it up. But no, this is the one I watched. I'm so sorry I picked the wrong one. Bowery Boys Meet the Monsters. So there's a family. You can see like the woman looks kind of like Morticia Addams, the way she's dressed elegantly in an evening gown. There's like two mad scientists, one with an ape, one with a robot. They turn people into monsters. Everybody's crazy and wacky. Their butler looks like Lurch. That was like, wait, that looks like Lurch. Well, it turns out that the Addams Family's characters were from comic books, or were from comic strips in the New Yorker. And it doesn't say anything about the... can I go to IMDb? They have more screenshots? I don't want to play the trailer. That'll get me in trouble. Yeah, so there's, like, the woman. Oh. There's the butler. Right there. Very Lurch-like. He's taller than everybody else. He's got that long, thick neck. His voice was kind of low. So, I'd seen this one before. And watching it again, I was just like, let me look this up. So this came out in 1954. The Addams Family TV show was a decade later. And it turns out that those characters came from comics. So it all ties in with what we're doing over here. The other movie I've watched like here in the last couple of days was tonight, right before the stream, I watched this Hammer movie, The Plague of the Zombies, and it kind of sucked. So the gist is there's like a English guy that owns a mine, and he's turning people into zombies in his small town so that they'll go work the mine for him. Why? It's set in the 1800s. Like, he literally could have went to London, hired like 40 dudes, come back out and had them work in the mine, and it probably would have cost him the same as going, like, having to maintain a household of voodoo people so he could turn people into zombies. No, there was no Vincent Price in it. In fact, the less said about, like, most of the cast, the better. The only guy who really had any mojo was the star here, Andre Morel. He had some juice, but pretty much everybody else was just like, she was kind of like a piece of cardboard. That guy who doesn't even have a picture was like nothing. She did not look like that in the movie. This guy is supposed to be the villain. He did not do a whole lot for me. He was not menacing or malevolent or anything at all. He's just kind of there. And his gang of dudes, who I think is most of the rest of his cast, were also just kind of there. Oh, the vicar was actually kind of interesting. That's a very young picture of him. He's like 55 or 60 in this movie. He had a little bit of juice, but he didn't do anything in the movie. Yeah. So I don't think I can really recommend this one. Has been well received by critics. Yeah, critics don't know what they're talking about. Called it a well-made horror program or formula. Yeah, formula for sure. This felt like I was watching every other Hammer House movies. Like, Hammer movies all kind of feel the same, and this one is like, if you had to pick one Hammer movie that did not have Christopher Lee in it, this is the one to pick, to be like, this is the archetypical Hammer movie. It's slow, it's got weird cinematography. Whoever did the color process in their film should be beaten with a baseball bat, because the only color that really comes through with any life is the red, which is what they're known for, of course, the blood. Well, it's an 83% approval rate. You know what? That's stupid. This movie is not that good. This movie is better. No, I have no plans with Godzilla Day. Five Nights at Freddy's is more fun of a movie. I would watch it again right now. Whereas The Plague of the Zombies, I will be fine if I never watch this movie again. Like, here, we're bumping Five Nights at Freddy's up. 7.5. Someone give me a tie and it better be red. There we go. 7.5, right? 5.5. If I was a crude person, I would flip off the movie poster right now. Alright. Let me finish my... Hey, bye. If you want to sponsor me, feel free to just send me like a case of these. I will drink one on every stream. Alright. Now that I've had my beverage, let's flip through this Marvel Previews book and see if there's anything interesting. I know the answer is going to be no. I realize that's just the variant cover. But it's not even a variant cover for a What If book. It's a variant cover for an issue of Spider-Man. Why does it have Pluto on it? Cranberry juice? That's a Bywater, dude. It's cherry. What are you talking about? Avengers Twilight. In a gleaming world of prosperity, Captain America is no more. But Steve Rogers still exists, floating through an America where freedom is an illusion, where the Avengers are strangers and his friends are long dead. But is the dream? How do you assemble Avengers in a world that doesn't... They've already done this story! This was the 70s! Like, they've done this story at least twice. Yeah, it looks like the U.S. agent is stalking Captain America here. That's what I'm getting out of this panel. I don't know. Whatever. Moving on. Wait, they're time skipping in the X-Men books? They're time skipping in X-Men. Krakoa has just begun to fight. The fight for Krakoa has been lost. Okay, whatever. Not invested at all. Ah. Just leave people dead! Or don't kill them! It's not that hard, bro! Kid Vin... Oh my gosh, we're gonna keep going. Planet of the Apes. Oh, because they own Fox now. Ah! Finally, Mary Jane as a superhero is a thing. They, previewed this like 20 years ago. I should be into this, but I'm not. Yeah. Don't care. Really don't care. Why is Dazzler in a comic book? I know, I think I saw John Della Rose picked up Spider-Boy #1 today, but I really don't care. Marvel Meow makes its Possum print debut. Okay. I mean, that might be fun, but that doesn't seem like something I'm into. This is not Frank Castle as the Punisher, so why would I care? Daredevil book. Reprint. The Sabretooth War. Wow. That's kind of a fun pick. Like right there. With her Hulk powers, would she actually need like the spacesuit or just the helmet? I think she just need the helmet, wouldn't she? Spider-Gwen smash it. Yeah, we're not going into that, man. We're not going into that. I thought of saying the joke and I didn't. They must be dating from the look on her face. How's that different from the other Daredevil book I saw? Okay, that's a weird enough cover that the cover has me interested in that issue Fantastic Four. But it's probably stupid, so I'm not going to buy it. It's also an Alex Ross cover, so the interior art will not look anything like that. The spine-tingling Spider-Man! Avengers Incorporated. They did a Thrawn comic based on some Thrawn novel like 5 years ago, and it was actually really good. Are they reprinting? Yeah, so this is we're in the like omnibuses and stuff. Cool. So they finally got the rights to print ROM again. Ooh. That looks cool. Enjoy the Thrawn novels. I'm glad to know that the comic was... Yeah, it was... there's reviews of a lot of the issues, I think, sitting on my channel, but... Like, it was a lot of fun. I legitimately... No joke, no playing a character or anything, like... I had a blast reading them. Hey, Punisher Max! There you go, Ninja. World War Hulk Omnibus. There you go, Ninja. Like, here's some products for you, dude. New Warriors Classic. Ooh. That looks cool. An Admiral's jurisdiction, Star Wars versus General. Well, the Admiral commands the Navy. A General commands an Army, XLG. Except when they don't. Like, I think General Mon Mothma and the Rebel Alliance commanded fleets. But in the Empire, it's a little more stratified. Although Thrawn, since you're talking about him, or we were talking about him, like, he's a Grand Admiral. That means he effectively has unlimited authority. Only like the Emperor's Hand, a Moff, or the Emperor can countermand a Grand Admiral. Like, in whatever they're doing. But generally, like, the Admirals are in command of naval equipment, and Generals are in command of, like, ground troops. And I'm sure there's some fuzzy overlap, but who cares? That looks kind of fun. Those Masterwork volumes are pretty cool. I don't own any of them, but they're still pretty cool. Oh, hey, speaking of... I just saw Blade here. Speaking of Blade... did you hear about the movie? Like, apparently it keeps getting delayed because they basically wrote Blade out of it. That's what I saw on Twitter, man. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what I saw. How ridiculous. Write the character out of his own movie? That's just going to be Blade 3, which killed the franchise. Hey, yo! Yeah, I went there. Is there a return to Marvel? No, I mean... Not really. Like, I'm flipping through here. The only thing that caught my eye is, like, some of the omnibuses and stuff. Or you mean delayed? Oh, you know what I mean. There's a new one, Ninja Weasel. But we won't talk about it beyond this point in time. It may end up being like Highlander 2. It just doesn't exist because it never came out. Who cares? I honestly don't really care. Don't care. Don't care. They might be all. These might be okay. They're going to be reprints of actual good books. Of course, here's the problem with all this stuff. Where do you start? Like, where do you start with any of this stuff? Like, if you want to read Spider-Man, where do you start? There's like 4,700 different books that are Spider-Man #1. Where do you start? Which omnibus do you start with? Which trade paperback do you start with? There's no consistent trade dress. There's no numbering to help you out. So, where do you start? I don't think you can. I don't think you can tell anybody, like, here's where you start reading. Like, oh, well, you could read this story, but that story's not going to have punch if you're not already familiar with the character. Like, if you're not already familiar with, like, Spider-Man and Venom, is Maximum Carnage going to have, like, any juice for you? Probably not. If you don't remember that we just had, like, a world-ending event, the Infinity Crusade happened, like, and Doppelganger shows up. Like, is that going to have any juice for you? No. See, XLG says the Blade movie, which came out in the 90s, and the Thunder whatever are about to be canceled. Disney's panicking because of the strike and the Jonathan Majors thing, and the bad CGI and snuff. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, hold up. If that wasn't a typo for stuff, and we're not talking like snooze, you know, like you're snorting like powdered tobacco, you're gonna have to explain the snuff to me, because is Disney like the guy from Hogan's Heroes that was like really into snuff films or something here? Is that what's going on? Because that's real weird, and that should be like a whole stream on its own where you get on here and you explain to me what you mean by and snuff. No, now you say no, he's backing off of it. He made a crazy statement, now he's backing off of it. Uh-huh. Alright. I think I've just completely run out of steam, dudes. Oh, the Thunderbolts film that looked terrible? Bad CGI stuff says like Disney Japan is wild, and no, Ninja Weasel, you can't say that. You can't say that. Well, that Thunderbolts movie didn't even have any of the Thunderbolts in it. Like, that's where I'm at. It's like, there was nothing Thunderboltish about the team. The Thunderbolts are supposed to originally be founded by a villain. Alright? Thunderbolts are a bunch of villains pretending to be heroes. That's the Thunderbolts. Then the second Thunderbolts is a bunch of, like, prisoners are released to go be heroes for the U.S. government. It's basically like the Suicide Squad, except they don't kill a character every book. Oh, you know what? You know what? I should have totally activated my VTuber in the corner, but then I have to open up Discord, and Discord's not open right now, so... Ah, well. You all take care of yourselves. We're going to do that thing where I mute my microphone, we let the music play, I give you a thumbs up, and then we are out of here. Also, wait a minute. What was that about the way I laugh? Your range of laughs might merit a star and roll? I don't even know what that means, dude. I don't even know what that means, but thank you. Yeah, I saw something about that in the same thing that was talking about the Blade movie. I definitely, like, in that same conversation, saw some stuff about Doctor Doom. Whatever. Disney was there to see MF Doom, but MF Doom wasn't seeing anybody. Alright, we're donezo for real, guys. Here's your thumbs up. Ninja Weasel XLG, and Mr. JDA. Thank you for popping in. All you beautiful lurkers that have been out there lurking, also thank you so much. We had some technical difficulties, but we worked through them. We got through them together. And that is the way to do it. I want to put Phantom up on the screen. We're going to do an outro with her instead of my thumb.